Hi, it's Graham Wilson here. I hope you've been having a fantastic weekend. My morning has been combining my workouts with work around the house, and I've spent the morning actually hoovering the house from top to bottom, which has been a really good workout, got a really good sweat on. I've also been mopping the kitchen floor and the dining room floors and getting that all lovely and pristine. And I've also been working down in the forest and doing some forestry work with the ropes course, getting that ready for when we start doing our team builds again. So it's been a really active morning, and it's really made me feel really positive and got the energy back in my body from the work we've been doing over the last few days. Has been quite intense in terms of the virtual work and the videos we've been recording for our clients. So it's been really great to rejuvenate and get back to nature. So what I'd talk today about is habit number four, which is really about this concept, fascinating topic called projection and reflection. What is it we as leaders we're projecting out, and how does that impact on us, and how does that impact on the things we achieve, but also how does that impact on our minds and the positivity we have? And I came across this concept a while ago, and I was working with a consultant who I was finding really difficult to actually connect with. There was something about them, lovely guy, very clever guy. We did some great stuff together, but there was something about the way we worked that I felt was quite difficult. I didn't trust them completely. There was lots of checks and balances in place, and there was something deep down inside me that was saying, I'm not really sure about this person. What it transpired was, when we reflect on it, I found out that this consultant looked very like a primary school teacher I had all those years ago. So when I was in infants, I think it was. And I thought that was fascinating. So here's this concept in my mind where this person not trusting, and actually it's not actually them that's the problem, it's me. So there's a memory in my body, a memory in my mind that's saying, don't trust people like that, because apparently this teacher was quite nasty to me. It's quite hard and gave me a hard time and wasn't very, very kind, I guess, as a teacher. And what was fascinating, so I still had those memories inside me, and so what I was projecting was this lack of trust and be wary, be careful of this person that was coming from me, and I was getting that back from that person, thinking it was that person that was a problem, and actually it was me that was a problem. So changed my mind, changed my answer, and since then, of course, we've done some fantastic projects together. We're more self-aware, more connected, and we understand each other, and he's a great consultant and a great person. I won't share who he is. Might embarrass him if I share that, but it's a really great story, isn't it, really, to think about this concept of projection and reflection, and where's it from? And what I do is share my take on it, and I'm not saying I'm right, by the way. I'm just saying that this is how I understand it, and it dips into this world of the law of attraction and spirituality and all those concepts, fantastic concepts, and it's a big topic, complicated topic, but for me it's quite fascinating, and I guess I'm still learning about it, and it's something for me that I can resonate with. And for me, leadership really is all about energy, and it's all about the frequency you transmit. And that's where it becomes fascinating in terms of this concept of habit number four, which is projection and reflection, and being aware of that. My first career was in the military, and I spent a lot of time setting up communication systems to be able to operate in war conditions, but also in peacekeeping situations. And obviously you can't fight a war or keep the peace without great comms. And that's all about having the right frequencies, the right equipment, and be able to transmit and receive and get the messages through with clarity in the moment and when you need them. And I think that's the same in leadership is a transmit and receive process. I'm transmitting my energy, you're receiving it, and we're actually getting that message back. And you then make the choice. If you connect with it, then you'll make the choice to either follow me or not follow me. It's quite as simple as that, really. But where it gets complicated is this concept around, they say, don't they, that a leadership team in an organization sets the tone. And what that means for me is that the frequency that the leadership team are setting in the organization is what you get. So they project out this frequency, and what they get back is frequency. So if they're projecting out a lack of care, a lack of trust, it's all about profit, it's all about their bonuses, then that's what they're going to receive back. They're not going to have people engaged fully in that organization, operating from a higher purpose. So for me, this projection concept is something that we can control. And once we understand it, it's really, really powerful. A lot of the stuff that we receive, and this is where the law of attraction comes in. Do I understand the law of attraction? No. Do I understand how it works? No. But I know that what you project out, you will actually receive. They say, don't they, that you can't actually receive love unless you can actually have love first inside you. So if you love yourself and project love, then you'll get love back. And that's a great concept. That means that it's in our control. If I want to have a positive life, then I have to project positivity. I've got to be positive first. I've got to go first and have it inside me in order to actually receive it back. And that for me is a really powerful concept. Once we get that and realize that we're in control, there's lots of people out there at the moment I know who are really out there looking for negativity. They're like this negative magnet, aren't they? I think I mentioned on a previous video around being a neg ferret and these mood hoovers, aren't they? That they're scrolling through the internet looking for negativity, and they bounce on it like a magnet, like Tigger in the movies. It's like this whole concept of, oh great, there's something negative there, I'm going to bounce on that and it's going to feed me, and they get this negative back, which is really strange because they're looking for it. We mentioned on a previous video, don't we, about looking for the good. If you look for the good, you'll find it. Whatever you look for gets bigger. So I think that concept is very similar. They're all linked, aren't they, these habits? And this whole concept of being aware of the frequency you're transmitting is really, really important. I think about leadership, and we work a lot with senior leaders, and we help them to become really authentic. And when they're authentic, they become more powerful, more influential, and they inspire action by being authentic. And one of the techniques we use is we use horses to give them feedback on what is it they're transmitting. Give you an idea about what I'm talking about here. I don't know if it ever happened to you, but if you've ever walked into a room and there's a couple who sat there, they're saying nothing, but you can feel the energy. You know, perhaps there's been a bit of an argument gone on there before you arrived. You've been there? Absolutely. So we're reading that energy, and we are actually reading that positive or negative energy and that frequency. So the reason we use horses is because they will give you feedback, and they're prey animals, so they're very susceptible to energy. And if you're transmitting a negative energy, then they see you as a threat. If you're transmitting authentic and positive energy, they don't see you as a threat, and they'll work with you. And I think that's the same with people, is that if we're transmitting the right energy, the right positive mindset, the love, the care, the empathy, then people will receive that and actually then follow. So that's in our power. What we transmit and the frequency we operate. If you choose to operate a negative operation and this low level of vibration, then that's what you're going to receive back. If you decide to make this choice to operate at a higher frequency, and for me the highest frequency I know is love. Obviously there's lots of different frequencies between the lowest and the highest, and the lowest is hate, envy, resentfulness, all these things that people can hold into them, which are really negative. And if you're holding on to that hatred and anger and frustration, guess what you're going to receive? You're going to receive that concept. So for me, it's around being in control of it and just being wary and mindful of the frequency you're projecting. And I see it a lot in big corporate organizations where perhaps they're going through a transformational change process, and the senior leadership team will go through that process first, and they'll get into that moment where they accept it, they understand it, and they're into implementation, and they hold a big conference, and everyone in the organization is told about this massive change, and they're on the stage looking really positive and really excited about it, and they're transmitting this positive frequency. The problem is the audience aren't there yet. They're still in the, oh my God, what's going on? Have I got a job? What's going to happen? How am I going to pay the mortgage? What will people think about me if I lose my, all that sort of stuff's going on. And the senior team are operating at the wrong frequency. So there's a number of elements to this that makes it really fascinating and makes it very complex, is that we need to transmit at a frequency that people actually need. So in that context there, people need to have empathy, don't they? They need to understand that they're going to go through a process. They're not there yet. So let's transmit at a frequency of care and collaboration support. So there's some thoughts around this concept of projection, and for me, in the context in which we're looking at it is from a applied positive thinking point of view, and the importance of staying positive in today's world, is have a think about the frequency you're operating and make sure we're operating at the right frequency to get the right results. So looking forward to getting your thoughts and ideas about this topic. It's a massive topic. I've just scratched the surface. It'd be good to get your thoughts and ideas. What do you think about it? What do you think about this concept of projection and reflection, and what you send out, you get back? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you. And I'm looking forward to sharing with you tomorrow the next habit, which is all about being grateful rather than resentful. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.